Okay. So today's topic is vagus nerve. Uh, I wanted to talk about this topic since very long, but today वो मुहूर्त मिल गया हमें. So it's very much popular nowadays. So I just thought we should talk about it. What is vagus nerve? What is the concept behind this? All vagal toning and all these exercises and everything is going on in outside world. So those who are from medical background or biology background or those who are from yoga background, yoga teachers, they are aware about it. What is vagus nerve? Little bit they know about the structure, function, and how it works. But for all, because in our group there are people from various backgrounds, so I will just first share some information about this vagus nerve. So nerve is the part of our nervous system, and nervous system is the major communication system. It controls and communicates. It controls our body, our remaining systems inside our body. Those systems are working in communication with each other, and who is governing that communication and that functioning? Nervous system. Nervous system is the major system which communicates us with outside world also. So if nervous system is connected with outside world, that means whatever temperature changes, whatever changes are happening in outside nature, to understand those changes and to make changes inside our body, so that that change will not affect our systemic functions. So our systemic functions, our systems, there are 12 to 13 major systems in our body uh, keeping us alive. If they are working in one typical system, isn't it? So they need unknown caller to work properly or to carry on functions properly. They need that kind of environment inside our body. And it is all fixed because nature created human being in such a beautiful way. This mechanism is very, very well planned and very well designed. But to perform all the functions, our systems need some climate, environment, which is favorable for them, so that each and every cell can function. Each and every, we are multicellular beings that we know, and each and every cell is functioning inside our body. That's why we are alive and we are working, and we are communicating with nature. We are living our life properly in a healthy way with optimum health. So this communication is majoritarily happens because of nervous system. This system is responsible for everything whatever going on inside our body. This system controls temperature. This system controls heartbeat. This system partially controls respiration. This system controls circulation of blood inside our body, right? And the communication happens through electric impulses. How nervous system works? Through electrical impulses. And the conductors of these electrical impulses are called as nerves. There are multiple nerves inside our body. There are many types of nerves. We are not going in that much detail, but vagus nerve is part of that nervous system, which is major controlling and communicating system of our body. So this nervous system is again divided into according to functions. It is divided into two parts, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Because nervous system, most of the functions of nervous systems are not under our control, so we are going to just understand that part only, which is called as autonomic part of our nervous system. So functions are mostly they are not under our control. Like I had mentioned, heartbeat, it is not under our control. We are not controlling our heartbeat. It is under control of nervous system. Temperature control, it is Who is governing that? Who is controlling that? Nervous system. So this nervous system works in two parts, like one is sympathetic and other is parasympathetic. The sympathetic is always fight or flight response whenever there is emergency. So what happens if something happens? Maybe we whatever in our daily life, some changes happens. If temperature changes there, extreme heat is there. So at that time, our body starts working in different way to manage that temperature which is rising in outside. Climate is changing, so our system starts change, temperature changing starts happening inside our body automatically. So at that time, body says that yeah, it is emergency. Nervous system says that something is happening, some changes are happening in outside, in nature. So I need to do something. So brain starts working on it, and brain gives commands to specific organs to function accordingly, so that our body temperature comes down and our body becomes cooling down. So system starts cooling down. So in that way, this mechanism happens every day. But sometimes, if we, for example, if we are we are traveling on the road and we saw any accident, major accident, and at that time, immediately what happens to us? We are watching to that whatever is going on, and heartbeat starts rising. Then first of all, that emotion of fear comes in our mind, that what happened, look at the cars and everything. And then our body starts functioning in hyper mode. So heartbeat rises, sweating, respiration rate increases. So at that time, sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for fight and flight response, it starts working. And then after some time, when people starts helping to those people, those who were victim in that accident, and then our body automatically starts calming down, that yeah, situation is under control, it's okay now, and let us start our journey ahead. So at that time, parasympathetic nervous system is counteracting, and it starts calming down effect. So this parasympathetic nervous system is for responsible for rest and digest, rest and digest response. Most of the time, whenever inside our body there are emergency situations, and to control and to handle those situations, we need to activate our parasympathetic nervous system, because its function is to rest and digest. And rest and digest is only going to heal our body, is going to heal inflammation, whatever going inside our body. So it is responsible for calming down our systems. Both the systems are important, because sympathetic nervous system is important for various activities like energy. It energizes our systems, it gives motivation, it gives to carry our daily activities, and that is also very important. But to if to some extent, if it is crossing that limit, and you are always on hyperacting sympathetic nervous system, or your sympathetic mode is always charged and hyperactive, then that is going to give damaging effects to your systemic functions. Overthinking, type A personality, those are the examples of hyperactivating sympathetic nervous system, and that is in future that gets converted into lots of diseases, systemic diseases like hypertension, then diabetes, and many more, thyroid issues. So this vagus nerve is the part of parasympathetic nervous system, right? So this is in simple one sentence. I'm explaining this. This vagus nerve functions parasympathetic activity. So rest and digest. This is the first characteristic of vagus nerve. It is longest wandering nerve in our body. So as it is, its function is rest and digest. So it is wandering, always relax mode. It starts from brain, it ends into gut. So that long it is spread into each and every part of our body. It's a pair of nervous system, right side and left side. From right side of brain, right nervous vagus nerve arises, and from left side left nervous system, vagus nerve. So this is longest wandering nerve in our body. It connects our gut to our brain. So most of you are aware about this concept of nervous system. In earlier days, we they used to think that it is only limited to the lots of functions related with mobility and thinking, then cognitive functions, memory, emotions, this and that. But now enteric nervous system is the part of nervous system which is very much famous nowadays, like this connection of gut to brain. And this connection is because of this vagus nerve. Vagus nerve is supplying to the major part of intestines, major part of stomach, and it is again connected with brain. So it arises from brain only. The origin of vagus nerve is in brain stem. It is that's why it is called as longest nerve in our brain, and it is cranial nerve. It is called as cranial because its origin is from brain. There are 12 pairs of cranial nerves. From that, it is 10th nerve, cranial nerve is called as vagus nerve. Now, in short, we saw where it is, how it functions. It is parasympathetic in function, rest and digest. That is the main function of vagus nerve. So I will show you image of vagus nerve on the screen. So here in brain, you can see at this part, this is brain stem where it originates, pair of vagus nerve, and it goes down, pathway of vagus nerve, throat, trachea, heart,
Ma'am,
lung.
it's not visible, ma'am. Your screen sharing is not on.
Oh, screen share is not. It's showing here. It's just a minute.
It is on. We are able to view it. I think, ma'am, you will have to, Benisha, ma'am, you might have to
Okay,
tap
okay,
on
I'll
the
change.
other
Yeah,
image here.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So vagus nerve, spinal. You can see pair of vagus nerve. It runs downwards towards lungs, heart, stomach, intestines, liver, and in upward direction also. In this image it is not visible, but branches of vagus nerve are also in area of ear, in inside ear canal, then inside mouth, near to our optic nerves. Some branches of nervous vagus nerve are there. They are supplying uh, all over the face, then ears, nose, eyes, then they come down in throat. So you can see everywhere in our body, branches of vagus nerve are spread. That's why it is called as longest wandering nerve. So here I had mentioned, so about 80% of its signals are sensory ones that travel from the inner organs to the brain. So major communication, whatever changes are happening inside organs, just now we saw where it branches of vagus nerve they are supplying. So it is creating that communication with brain. So from 80% organs to the brain, while the other 20% travel from the brain to the body and regulate things such as intestinal contraction and heart rate. So vagus nerve is the major part of communication between all organs and brain. It is key player in parasympathetic nervous system. I had already mentioned rest and digest is the function of nervous system. The parasympathetic nervous system. Then if you are relaxed, if you are sleeping, if you are in a restorative phase, it's the vagus nerve dominating. Even psychiatrists, they believe that calming down your mind not only body but mind, is also depends on how vagus nerve is functioning in your body. So if you are relaxed, if you are sleeping, if you are in a restorative phase, then that shows clearly that your vagus nerve is dominating. So functions are heart rate, decreased blood pressure, increases digestive activity. It allows body to conserve energy and focus on restorative processes. I had already mentioned that if there is an inflammation, if there any cellular damage is going on inside our body as a result of any specific disease, so for healing purpose, this, if your vagus nerve is functioning, if it is activated, if it is toned, then it can provide that energy, that focus for healing process. The vagus nerve plays a crucial role in regulating many bodily functions that we had already gone through it. Then stress response, regulating inflammation, controlling the muscles of the throat and voice box, as well as muscles involved in swallowing and coughing. Now, let me stop sharing just a minute. In short, now this is information about vagus nerve. Now, how to connect it with yoga and ayurveda? So nowadays, this vagal tone, improving vagal tone classes are there. Activating vagus nerve classes are there. Most of the yogic practices are naturally activating parasympathetic nervous system. That is the connection. So whatever yogic practice you are doing or you are learning now, that is influencing your parasympathetic nervous system, because in yoga it is already mentioned, lots of texts are there and they mention that to calm down your mind, do this practice will calm down your mind, this practice will give you chitta vritti nirod effect. So whatever mental modifications are there, this practice will calm down that, this and that. So you are all are your teachers, so you know about that. So all yogic practices are calming down and all are influencing your vagal tone or vagus nerve health or vagus nerve functioning. That is clear. Now, next is Ayurveda. So I wanted to explain in Ayurveda point of view more, because yoga you already know, and some breathing exercises that in pranayam techniques we already know that inhale and exhale, prolong inhale, prolong exhale, 1:2 ratio. If you are maintaining, that is influencing your centers in brain, those centers which are controlling your respiration rate, which are controlling your exhalation uh, process. So that is going to give you calming down effect. That is clear. But what Ayurveda says that if you are practicing some, just let me share what Ayurveda thinks about this vagus nerve, and how Ayurveda, following Ayurvedic practices also will help to maintain and improve your vagal tone. So there is one treatment part of Ayurveda that is called as Achar Rasayan. There are types of treatments, but one is only according to disease and diagnosis, we treat patients. So one specific branch, we focus on only treating this homeostasis. How to balance this homeostasis? means how this all internal environment of our body we can improve that, and that improvement is based on vagal tone only. At that time when ayurveda was in practice, all these medical terms terminologies was not there. So how they named that? So they said that yeah, acharya rasayan is the part where this part will take care of this homeostasis mechanism, this rest and digest mechanism. So Achar Rasayan is form of Rasayan, means to provide excellence of tissue elements wherein practice of Sadvritta. Sadvritta means first, like in Yoga, Yama and Niyam had been mentioned. So in Ayurveda, what we say that Sadvritta, following some ethics and morals, are very important, and habitual intake of natural products, this like milk and grita, will bring about excellence of dhatus. So poshan, dhatu poshan, nutrition to dhatus is also important if you want to improve your vagal tone, because we just now we saw that gut or vagus nerve branches, they supply to the large intestine as well as small intestine also. What are the effects of this rasayan or achar rasayan? So it is written in Charak Samhita that Dirgham Ayu, Smruti, Medha, Arogyam, Tarunam Vayaha, Prabha, Varna, Swara, Audarya, Dehendriya, Balam Param. So long life, better recollection means Smruti. Smruti means memory. Increased intellect, healthy body and mind, youthfulness, good color complexion, good voice, abundance of body and sense organ strength, acceptance to speech and increased luster are achieved through Rasayan. So if you will try to just think about it, there is no mention of vagus nerve in Ayurveda text or in Charak Samhita. But effects of Achar Rasayan, Charak already he just explained, like after practicing Achar Rasayan, you will get all those results listed here. Long life, better recollection, increased intellect, healthy body, and that shows your rest and digest system is going to get activated by practicing Achar Rasayan. Dirgham Ayu, so there will be homeostasis well maintained, well balanced, no inflammation, no cellular damage, no disease production in your body will happen if you are following this Achar Rasayan. So, what is Achar Rasayan? He says that Satyavadina Akrodha Nivrittam, Krodha Nivrittam, Nivrittam Madhya Maithuna. So I will go for English translation directly. So Ayurveda advocates a unique concept of positive behavior, that is Achar Rasayan, to maintain the mental and emotional balance. The fundamental principle is behavior medicine, but Satyavadin, truthfulness. Akrodha, do not be angry. Madhya Nivritti, any type of not only madhya, not only alcohol, but any addiction, it is not recommended here. Then celibacy, maithuna nivritti, ahimsa, non-violence, kaya, physical non-violence, not harming self and others physically, vacha, pleasant speech or non-violent communication, mana, mental non-violence with thoughts and feelings, avoid over exertion, be calm and peaceful in mind. Do not hurt others with your speech. Speak pleasantly. Remember always the creator of the universe, that is God, and purity, patience, charity. Be respectful. Do not be cruel to anyone. Be merciful. Then maintain balance in walking, waking, and sleeping. Do not stay up long into night and do not. So, circadian rhythm. Maintain circadian rhythm. In only one shlok, Charak has had described everything: your physical, mental, your lifestyle, your daily routine, your whatever your mental and rules and regulations you need to follow for your vagal tone. Otherwise, what happens if you are not following all these rules and regulations? There will be shift parasympathetic to sympathetic always, and sympathetic is aggravating, energizing, but if it activates every now and then, and if it is aggravating every now and then, it is going to damage your organs because it's hyperactive system. It is hyperactive and it is influenced by rajogun. So for some activities to start your day, for your achieving your goal, some it is needed. But what happens in nowadays, our lifestyle, our daily routine, our whatever our uh, eating habits, just observe, we are eating opposite to whatever mentioned in our granthas. We are, our lifestyle is opposite whatever mentioned in granthas, whatever mentioned in ayurved. And charak is saying that only here, that follow these rules, and that is going to calm down your systems physically and mentally also. So physically and mentally both, we are going to achieve that goal by following these rules. And that is working on improving vagal tone only. Now, so if we want to understand this concept in anatomical language and physiological language, yes, if you are following all these rules, you are taking milk and ghee in moderation in your diet, so it is improving your gut bacteria, that probiotic. That probiotic is in a physiological way, vagus nerve branches are supplying to your gut, and that probiotic, whatever bacteria is functioning, it is communicating with that nerve endings, and that is sending signals to your brain. And that communication is happening because of your gut bacteria. So if you're taking this milk products, yogurt, or maybe moderation in your diet, ghee, not yogurt, sorry, so that is going to improve your gut bacteria. Then um, planning, plan ahead to achieve your goals. So not only about vagus nerve, but about neurotransmitters also, charak is giving you some activities like planning goal, achieving goal, that is function of dopamine. Then avoid egoism, so ahankar. If you are always in ahankar state, that is going to activate your sympathetic nervous system more, and you will always, your cortisol levels are going to be on higher side. That is influence of this egoism, or maybe because of rajogun. You are very competitive in nature, you want to achieve goals, but you are very much jealous of your colleagues. So that is increasing your uh, sympathetic activity, that is increasing your stress levels. Then maintain good behavior if established by Apta, the great sages and saints of society. Like Patanjali is always saying, always guiding us by Ashtanga Yoga and foundational two practices, Yama and Niyam. We need to follow that. Bhagavad Gita. If you are reading Bhagavad Gita and trying to understand meaning and trying to adopt those principles in your daily routine, that is going to change your vagal tone automatically. So no need to go for any other activity also. Just by reading Bhagavad Gita for and adopting whatever Bhagavad Gita's teachings are there in our lifestyle, that is going to improve your vagal tone, and automatically that is going to give your body and mind rest and digest effect. Then generous and sharing, adhyatma parayanam. So adhyatma parayanam means to know your about atma, then making queries, reading books, everything is mentioned in this point. Sattva is the impulse to evolve. So if you are jnanarjan, if you are trying to read more, trying to understand more concepts which are there in our spiritual books and texts, so that is going to help you to go forward and progress. Then respect and serve elders, priests. So all these comes under that heading of Achara Rasayan. And that's why when I was reading Charak Sanhita, uh, in when I was not in yoga, first I'm Ayurved student. So first I read Charak Sanhita, and I knew all these concepts. But when I started learning about yoga, and then I started comparing all these concepts, like Charak is saying same thing what is there in uh, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, and this Achar Rasayan is only the just it is giving same message to all of us, whatever in Ashtanga Yoga, that message is given in Yama and Niyam. Then respect and serve the people who have conquered their sense. Dharma para, keep yourself busy in religious activities. Then these all conducts are called Achar Rasayan. He who follows them is capable of gaining enlightenment, long lifespan, and immortality. So I had just shared all these points from Charak Samhita. And those points, what my thinking is, once we will start applying all these, whatever points are there in Achara Rasayan, once we will start practicing it, then we will see the results. How our vagal tone starts improving, because automatically once we start adopting all these whatever points are mentioned there, it is going to calm down your systems. And parasympathetic nervous system is mostly related with your emotions also, emotional responses also. And nowadays what we see in our hectic schedule, we are always reacting, we are not responding. That is the main issue with all of us. So which system is again governing all responses and reactions? That is also parasympathetic nervous system, and vagus nerve is the main functioning nerve of that parasympathetic action or nervous system. So if we are following whatever rules and regulations are mentioned in Charak Sanhita, I had just now we saw. So I will post all these regulations and shlok on our group also. Afterwards, you can go and read again, and then you will understand the importance of following the rules and regulations. Now, in yoga, first of all, practices, hatha yogic practices also. In Patanjali Yoga Sutra, mental practices, Patanjali always gives us all that solutions, like yama niyam, follow that, and whatever mental modifications are, the yama niyams are going to help you to calm down those modifications and excitability, and always you are reacting to all external impulses. So that is there. But in Hatha Yoga Pradipika also, physical activities are given, had been mentioned to activate your vagus nerve. If because of any reason, maybe your lifestyle, maybe you are eating bad eating habits, your vagal tone is not proper, then you will suffer with indigestion, gastroesophageal reflux, acidity. Both are, all are major symptoms. If your vagal tone is not proper, then you will start experiencing all these symptoms related with digestion first. Then respiratory rate will start increasing. Then slowly you will start experiencing more and more symptoms. But first of all, in initial level, you will always observe that your digestion is not happening properly. Then reflux is there, acidity is there, or indigestion, bloating, gases are there. So try to observe that and try to think like what is going wrong. If I'm not eating proper food, or mentally I am very much um, in maybe in tension or in stress, in anxiety, and I'm not balancing that properly. So on subtle level, what happens, our body starts reacting to that. If you are not solving your issues on time, whatever mental issues, stress related issues, anxiety issues, are there present in your life and you are not solving properly, then the influence, they start influencing your digestion first. That shows your vagus nerve is involved here, and vagus nerve is not functioning properly, or the vagus nerve is not communicating, is not able to communicate with brain properly because of emotional or overload or stress and anxiety. So you need to first calm down, need to first solve those issues. And if you are not able to solve, then you need to start working on your vagal tone. So that will automatically uh, calm down your mental and physical, whatever sympathetic hyperactivity is going on. So first of all, in hatha yoga, lots of practices, physical practices had been mentioned to calm down your vagus, your sympathetic nervous system. And first is shuddhi kriya. So purification techniques had been mentioned in Hatha Yoga Pradipika. So purification, it's like in Ayurved we follow Panchakarma, and in Yoga there are Shatkarma Shuddhi Kriyas are there. And from that, Vaman or vomiting is one of the bestest Shuddhi Kriya which improves your vagal tone. That is invasive procedure, and you need to perform or practice under teacher's guidance, but it is there, it is mentioned in Hatha Yoga Pradipika that woman is the vagal tone improving practice. Then Kapalbhati is also, it improves metabolism, it improves your digestive fire functioning, it kindles your digestion. That means if digestion is under control of vagus nerve, vagal tone, that shows if you are performing Kapalbhati, it is improving your vagal tone. Then Agnisar is also one of the best Shuddhi Kriya that improves your vagal tone. After practicing Agnisar, you will notice that you are feeling hungry and you are feeling calm at a time. That calmness and that feeling of relax, your whole body is relaxed, and at the same time your digestion is improving. That effect only Agnisar gives you. So these practices had been mentioned in Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Some of the points are there on our body. Vagus nerve is located deep inside the muscle, so we cannot palpate, or we cannot by touch, we cannot feel that vagus nerve. But some of the points are there where we can, by only massaging those points, we can activate vagus nerve roots or branches, right? So all these practices we are there, and in next session we will try to apply some, and we will try to practice some basic hatha yogic kriyas, not vaman and that, but I will try to include some practices which are very easy to perform here, and we will go for it in next session. Before that, just I wanted to ask you if you are having any questions related with this topic. Today's session is only for basic information about vagus nerve and its function and its anatomy in just in short. So it is clear what is vagus nerve, what is parasympathetic nervous system.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we will um, try to plan next session, and in next session I will just list, I will try to list out some basic practices which will improve your vagal tone, and some ayurvedic practices also, and some ayurvedic achar rasayan, as well as only some rasayan dravyas also, some rasayan dravya or some medicines which are helpful to improve your gut health and vagal tone. For one of the example I already mentioned about ghee and milk, panchamrut is there. That is also which we use in puja. That panchamrut, that is also very best. We can say combination of this milk products. It improves your vagal tone by improving gut health and probiotics. Yes.
मॅम बंध देखील वेगस नऊसाठी बेनिफिशियल आहेत का?
Yes, vagus nerve supplies to pelvic cavity. Most of the organs located in pelvis, including female, male reproductive organs, intestines, bladder. So, Mula Bandha, Udyan Bandha, two Bandha we apply on that organs, and Jalandhar Bandha in throat region. So, vagus nerve also controls voice box, and it supplies to your neck. So that is also very helpful. Applying Mulabandha, Udyan Bandha, and Jalandhar Bandha to activate vagal tone. All this,
याच्यामध्ये कुंभक पण महत्वाचं आहे.
yes.
कुंभक क्रिया.
Bandha with Kumbhak. We always practice Bandha with Kumbhak, Antar Kumbhak, and Udyan Bandha in Bahya Kumbhak. Without medicine, you can improve homeostasis, you can improve, you can work on inflammations, small inflammations, wear and tear mechanism inside your body. Always it is happening in daily activities, cellular level, on cellular level, all these things are going always 24 hours, our body is working, functioning, and 24 by 7 without rest. So, vagal tone improvement is the answer if you're not willing to take medicines. But for some diseases, medicines are required, compulsory. But in day-to-day wear and tear mechanism for healing, for physical and mental healing process, this vagal tone activation really helps, and it is not big rocket science. It is just all practices mentioned in Hatha Yoga Pradipika, including Shuddhi Kriyas, Bandha, Pranayam, inhale and exhale ratio. Our pranayam ratio is 1 is to 4 is to 2. So with Kumbhak, if you are performing pranayam, that is also improving your vagal tone. Mostly nowadays some doctors, they are making videos on different points, and they massage and they say that, yeah, here massage, and this massage will activate your vagal tone, this massage will activate, yeah, and that is true actually, because branches are there everywhere. In near pancha jnanendriyas, branches of vagus nerve are there, and you can activate just by simple massage also. Neck massage, even in ayurvedic massage, or abhyanga, that is, if you remember, we took class, we took session on dinacharya. So there are benefits of abhyanga or massage, oil massage. In that it is mentioned already, prasannata or energy levels, they increase. Mental calmness, because of massage you can achieve that mental calmness also. So it activates your parasympathetic nervous system by taking good massage with herbal oils. And some points are there mentioned in ayurveda also. So on those points, if you are giving specific pressure, that will also activate vagal tone. Then abdominal massage is there, chest massage is there, back massage is there. So different points, marma points are there, and you can massage. But the person should know about marma points and all those points which are mentioned in books, and proper training should be there. So you will get that effect of improving vagal tone. Okay, so let us stop here, and we will plan next session only for practice. Which practices will improve vagal tone. We will try to perform here simple practices, and we will see how it works. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Let us stop here.
Thank you.